From the first seconds you see calm preparation flipped by raw authority. The auditor establishes lawful intent while officers converge. That contrast exposes the encounter's fault line. Note how documentation and measured tone convert intimidation into evidence. This clip teaches viewers to stay composed, ask precise questions, and record everything. Procedural discipline makes vague claims vulnerable and sets up legal accountability. Keep the camera rolling. Note officer names and timings, and follow up with formal complaints so footage becomes a lever for change rather than an isolated moment.
Hello?
Are you doing a news piece?
Just having a look at your cars now, really. Just saw this PC was idling up there and I figured she was going to be coming out in a second. So, yeah, just waiting for... Oh, my days. Hang on, so we got an inspector,
I'm
a PC?
Yeah.
PC? Inspector. So we've got 4 police officers for a man with a camera.
Right.
But it's quite intimidating, isn't it, having 4 people come out?
Well, there's private vehicles there as well as vehicles that are unmarked.
Sure, but
I'm just wondering what your purpose
but it's quite
is.
intimidating having 4 officers come out and accost somebody with a camera.
You're here on police premises.
Yeah,
So
but like 4 people.
We need to establish whether there's a security issue.
Okay.
So, do you want to talk to me about what you're here for? I've got no issue with you filming, but as I've said, there's private vehicles.
Yeah, it's not my intention to get those. If they're in the background of a shot, they're in the background of a shot. But I'm not here to. I'm not
doing a news piece. Do you want an interview? I'll talk to you if you'd like to have an interview.
Not particularly. No, just want to have a look around. That's all. Just like to look around.
I saw you obviously trying to walk around there. So I was just wondering.
You should be careful with the information that you say like that, because I wasn't trying to walk around there at all.
Here the officers manufacture suspicion around private vehicles and posture. Watch the auditor deflate the tactic with facts and location clarity, refusing emotional arguments. This is a civics masterclass. Insist on specifics. Keep your camera steady and force authorities to state lawful grounds. When feelings are used as law, push back with public place rules and clear, calm documentation to expose bluffing. Keep the camera rolling, note officer names and timings, and follow up with formal complaints so footage becomes a lever for change rather than an isolated moment.
I was stood there for a good 4 minutes watching you in your vehicle, and I saw the sign saying no unauthorised access. So don't tell me that I was trying to walk places where I wasn't. Be careful with things like that.
Have you got the footage that you need?
I'm not sure yet, to be honest.
Okay, but I'd like you to leave, because as I've said, there are private vehicles there, that you've got some footage. You've got enough, there's nothing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the footage that I was getting was actually interrupted by the PC stopping and coming out.
Okay.
But so I'll probably wait around to see if any more vehicles come in or out, see if I can get one on blue lights.
You shouldn't do that, because as I've said, there's private cars coming in and out. Officers don't want you recording them coming and going from duty, because that presents a potential security risk.
Well, they shouldn't drive to work then, really, should they? If they're that concerned.
No business to film the private areas that are off limit to the public.
I have every business to film anything that's visible from a public area.
But my point is, you shouldn't be going up there, which is what you've done.
I haven't gone past the signage where your signage is. It doesn't say the signage. The signage is the signage here saying that I can't go further than this, or is the signage there saying I can't go further than there?
The inspector tries hypothetical analogies to trick the auditor. Driveway and window comparisons that shift debate from law to feeling. The auditor's swift factual rebuttal collapses the analogy and reveals the tactic. Emotional misdirection. Use this clip to teach viewers how to answer hypotheticals by anchor replies to place, intent, and statute. Recorded facts neutralize red herrings and protect rights under scrutiny. Keep the camera rolling. Note officer names and timings, and follow up with formal complaints so footage becomes a lever for change rather than an isolated moment.
My personal use, public interest.
Well, my personal vehicle is there, and I'm asking you, from me to you as a private individual, I'm not comfortable with you violating my personal space.
It's not your personal space. It's
my vehicle there, my private vehicle is there, and I'm not comfortable with you filming that.
Well, if you hadn't announced that it was your private vehicle, nobody would ever have known.
I'm telling you it is, so
no, you are
I'm
doing now.
You to stop. Yeah,
well, I'm not going to. It's in a public area.
In which case you'll have to be removed to prevent the breach of the peace, because you are.
How am I breaching the peace? Do you know what the threshold is for breach of the peace?
You already have enough footage, so I'm asking you to leave.
Okay.
You're creating these officers aren't able to get on with their policing
I'm not stopping them.
This segment is a coercion spike. Explicit threats of removal and arrest aimed at forcing compliance. The officer escalates from suggestion to ultimatum, testing legal thresholds. The auditor remains calm and reminds viewers when to document, when to ask for the officer's details, and when to warn that baseless detention risks civil remedy. It's a blueprint for resisting coercion without escalating the situation yourself. Keep the camera rolling, note officer names and timings, and follow up with formal complaints so footage becomes a lever for change rather than an isolated moment.
Individuals, as I was getting on with a matter that's of concern to the community, and I've got an individual on police premises filming not only the police cars coming and going, but officers arriving for duty and leaving again. That causes me a concern.
So you're working on conjecture there, because I have specifically said that that is not my intention.
I've said to you, you're causing me a concern. So I'd like you to leave.
Well, you're concerned. Do you police by your feelings in this country, or do you police by what the law is?
I'd like you to leave.
Do you police by what? Do you police by what the law is, or do you police by?
The officers to take you away, because you are not.
Am I in a public place?
There are officers having private conversations about cases in the backyard of the police station.
Well, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be having that conversation in that sort of place.
But you shouldn't be there within the scope of being able to film them.
Do you know you can film anything you can see from a public place in the UK?
Okay.
Is this a public place?
This is a public place.
There you go. So if I can film it.
Let me put it a different way. If you stand at the end of my driveway at home, which is a public place, repairable at public expense, and you film into my window, is that acceptable?
Is this your home? Do you live here? Do you sleep here?
But these are private premises. Beyond this line here, you are filming from a public into a private space. Is that permitted?
Yes.
The confrontation peaks with time-limited ultimatums and public nuisance threats. This is where authority tries to manufacture consent through pressure. The lesson: cite Article 10 and demand lawful basis for any detention while calmly recording names and badges. If rights are threatened, state your intent to pursue civil action and keep composure. Pressure often collapses when met by documented, rights-based resistance. Keep the camera rolling, note officer names and timings, and follow up with formal complaints so footage becomes a lever for change rather than an isolated moment.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Of course it is.
So you can stand on my road and film me in my home, can you?
If your curtains are open, then legally, yes, I can.
So
if I continue to do it repeatedly, then you could potentially take action about harassment. But at this point, I've been here once only, to come and get some footage that I want to get.
Footage for a couple of minutes and then you can leave.
No, you don't put a time. You don't put a time limit on my rights.
I do put a time limit on you, and I'm telling you.
Do you know what Article 10 is of the Human Rights Act?
You are causing me personally harassment and alarm by filming here.
Go talk to Lord Justice Bean about it. The police have a much higher threshold.
To leave and then you're going to go.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Arrest me?
Yes,
you're going to arrest me. You'll be hearing from my solicitors and you'll be having a civil suit on your hands. Arrest me for what? What are you going to arrest me for?
You are causing a nuisance.
What are you going to arrest me for?
Either public nuisance or harassment.
Public nuisance?
Yeah.
So under the new legislation that came with a public...
So you've got your opportunity to film.
So
I'd like you to not film or certainly delete anything that has details of my personal vehicle or that of any other police officers there, and then I want you to go. All right?
You don't put a time limit on my rights.
From getting on with
No, I'm exercising my rights here, and you don't put a time limit on that, Inspector. Inspector what? Blackwell? Thank you.
No, are you all right with me? Yeah,
Yeah, see, I'm obviously not that much of a concern because you're allowing them to go about their business, yet you're threatening to arrest me. Tyrants here at Stamford.
A turning point. Legal clarity reclaims a narrative as the auditor invokes Article 10 and breach of the peace thresholds. Evidence and statute disarm intimidation. Watch how calm legal reference shifts momentum. This clip teaches a practical value of knowing core rights, using recorded evidence to expose overreach, and why a composed, informed response frequently wins disputes that start with emotion rather than law. Keep the camera rolling. Note officer names and timings, and follow up with formal complaints so footage becomes a lever for change rather than an isolated moment.